Hello. Depending on the tasks and the specifics of the operation of a specific passage area, the equipment of the access control system often has various requirements. Sometimes they are related to the overall capabilities of the solution and to tighten access, but more often to make the user's interaction with the system more user-friendly and the solution itself easily integrable into the interior of the premises. The last point is relevant for renovated properties, rented spaces, or buildings of historical value. Deploying an access control system, which involves smart card readers, controllers, and laying numerous cables, is not always appropriate in such cases. To solve tasks, wireless locks are used, without those disadvantages. This video is about their use in the access control system. Understand wireless locks. A locking device containing not only an actuator for locking/unlocking the door, but also a smart card reader, a controller, and a power source. Wireless locks are mounted in place of the cylinder mechanism or regular mechanical lock and do not require cable laying. Such locks can be installed on any doors, but they are most often used in rooms with high interior design requirements or in places where laying cables is difficult or impossible. And changing rooms, these locks are easy to move. By their principle, all wireless locks are divided into online and offline devices. Starting with online locks. When the card is presented via the smart card reader, the lock receives the ID data and sends it by channel to the communication module. The communication module sends received data to server of access control system which decides access. The communication module gets a server response and signals the lock to unlock it if access is granted. All recorded events save in the access control system's database instantly. For wireless offline locks, all access rights and events store on a smart card. When the card is presented, the data is read, and the controller of the lock makes the access decision. Transmission of all events to the access control system occurs through the online access point. Wireless locks are easy and quick to install. No need for cable laying data transmission is carried out via a radio channel autonomous power source. The locks have replaceable power sources designed for several years of operation. Lithium batteries are used as power sources in such devices. On lock design and manufacturer, opening cycles can reach 70,000. Also, the lock can signal the need to replace the power source. Sigur has integrated wireless locks from almost all popular manufacturers Assa Abloy, Simons Voss Salto, and dormakaba. The Sigur software is a top-level system for them, allowing them to be managed and receive data from them like classic access points, while providing the customer with the full range of other capabilities embedded in the solution. In this video, we will look at setting up Sigurd with wireless locks using dormakaba as an example. Working with them in Sigurd is implemented through the interaction between the access control server with the matrix REST service via HTTP requests. For integration, you don't need to install both servers on the same computer, but ensure communication between system components. Integration allows receiving in Sigur a list of access points, locks, and access profiles preset in Matrix. In the Sigur software, issue IDs and assign profiles to employees. Display of real-time passage events through locks. Display events related to access points of wireless locks in the Sigurd archive. In Sigurd integration, it supports MyFor Classic and MyFor Desire cards. This allows using one program to manage all access points. Now let's move to configuring the integration with dormakaba wireless locks in Sigurd. You need to configure the lock system, install the server, upload license, and connect the locks. The Matrix system is running and configured on my device, so we won't detail its setup process. If any difficulties arise, contact the lock manufacturer's technical support. After commissioning the lock system, we will make some additional settings in the Matrix program. To do this, in the Matrix software, go to the System tab, Administration, Interfaces, and create an interface connecting the lock system REST service. You need to set the required permissions as described in the Sigurd user manual. Matrix configuration is done. Proceed to Sigur settings. Open client from File menu. Settings wireless locks. We will enable integration with Matrix and set the necessary parameters, such as the type of identification cards is MIFR Classic and MIFR Desire, depending on which cards are used in the system. Specify the connection parameters for matrix REST for syncing access points and getting passage events from them. Login and password. A login and password are needed if authentication is used for connecting to the REST service, toggled in Matrix software. Additionally, specify the path to the REST service and the mandator number, set to 1 by default. If another external system uses the REST services, you should contact the lock system manufacturer support for clarification of the number. Specify the interface number. Match the number parameter of the interface settings to connect to the Matrix REST service. Specify the parameters for the Matrix database server to sync access profiles. First, the UDBC driver to connect the Sigur server to the Matrix database. You need to also install the ODBC driver for the required type of database and specify the driver name here. Database name. So, the login and password to the database are set during the creation of the Matrix software. Next, go to the Personnel tab and select the employee's record card. Access rights to wireless locks regulate by assigning access profiles on the Matrix tab. Profile is access logic pre-configured in Matrix software. In Sigur, enter the pass number. This can be done manually with a desktop reader or a wall reader connected to the controller. Let's check if the Sigur server is receiving events from the lock system. This can be done on the Monitoring tab or the Archive tab with an authorized card. Place the card on the reader. The reader read the card code and requested access through the communication module to the Sigur server. It received a response and unlocked the access point. Use integration capabilities to solve business tasks with Sigur. See you next time.